I work from a desk at the end of our lounge room. I have a large piece of IKEA benchtop sitting between several drawer units. On one end there are two smaller sets of shelves, and on the other a dual monitor setup for working from home and for editing. Everywhere else on my desk is the debris of a life of someone who may or may not have hoarding tendencies. Cameras, cables, projects, paperwork, discs, random collected objects, etc. Stuff. I film most of my talking to camera videos in front of the bookshelves to the right of my desk. These shelves are filled with books, games, discs, lenses, trophies, and other assorted things. I've been finding that there's not enough space to organise myself properly to film, tripping over the tripods and lights and the couch. Any barrier to filming creates friction, and friction gets in the way of making things, so it's time to rebuild. The desk is going to be shortened slightly and moved to where the bookshelves are currently. The bookshelves are moving to the wall opposite, and there will be much more room in between for activities. So first I'll have to clear out all the stuff to give me space to reorganise. There really is a lot of it. I'm only trying to put back the things I actually need or immediately want there, and trying to work out what that actually means in practice, or even in theory. There are still too many things, but I think that's okay. There is a comfort in things, in having items that remind us of our past, items that connect us to our present, or promise something for the future. These physical objects can also serve as anchors, grounding us in our memories and in who we are. However, the accumulation of these things can quickly become overwhelming, transforming them from a source of comfort to a burden. The clutter that should be the source of supposed reassurance, instead being a source of frustration and a weight around my neck. I recently came to the realization that my penchant for accumulating stuff comes from the lens through which I view the world. Part of me thinks that if I can ensure I have the right thing in the right moment, then that will be one less thing that can go wrong and is one less thing to worry about. Preemptively collecting the solutions to problems that preemptively eliminate the problem from ever arising, in theory. But having all these things creates new problems, things and stuff that I then need to find places for, just in case they're potentially needed. The other problem is that sometimes the volume means that I can't find the thing that I actually need in any given moment, the thing that I need to solve an actual problem that has actually arisen, the thing that I've saved for this exact reason. At this point, the knowledge of the existence or potential existence of the thing and the lack of knowledge of its place in my world becomes a new problem to deal with. We also now live in a world where almost anything is obtainable within a few hours at the shops, or a few days from the internet, or a week or two from a factory in China with free international shipping. A good example of this was when I turned on our TV a while back to try and watch a supposedly important football game, and there was no reception. Some investigation revealed a severed aerial cable from where the couch leg had been sitting on it. It had been severed at some stage over the last year or two, and I hadn't noticed, which shows how important it is for me to have access to free-to-air television. A quick search of the relevant boxes showed I didn't have any replacements available, or if I did, it was somewhere temporarily unknown. So I left the house and 10 minutes later had a replacement for around $15 from a bargain shop. 5 more minutes and it was installed. Things are so available now that I don't need to have all of them on my desk all the time. I can instead get them if I need. I no longer need to keep everything in the off chance that it may be useful one day. This new workspace is a good starting point. So this is my new workspace. I'm really quite happy with how it turned out, happy with the end product. I like how the desk tucks into the alcove in the wall, how the shelves fit perfectly next to the couch, and how there's lots of room between the two. I've still got the double monitor set up for working, and there's not much less workspace on the other end. Totally useful stuff sitting around the desk, projects, toys, and other assorted things. The bookshelves on the other side with all of my stuff on them. Hopefully this new configuration is more conducive to creating. We'll see, but I'm feeling hopeful. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this was interesting to you, or if you have any suggestions for the space and what I could do with it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.